know that the parasitic elites wear masks and have robots that they throw meat suits on and use these things for stand-ins sometimes. There are even times when the person or celebrity in question has altogether been replaced. This goes real deep. In fact, there is a demonic covenant where the fallen angels and those in charge of Satan's kingdom right now have in place. The Most High pronounced all this in Psalms 82. Let's check it out. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty, or the divine counsel. He judgeth among the gods, or the Elohim. How long will ye judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Selah. Defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. I have said, ye are gods, the Elohim, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, the Most High God, and judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. Instead of these watchers who are the congregation of the mighty or the divine council doing the Lord's will, they decided to have sex with the women, spawning abominations with them, and thought it better to hop into a meat suit by any means and die a mortal death. To just jump into the next body they could, all the while corrupting everything they can until all of them get thrown into that lake of fire. Let's kick this off with some footage of a demon trapped inside of a cell phone, getting cooked out of it in a microwave. Check it out.
What if I told you there's a private AI tech company secretly replacing people with AI clones so lifelike that no one even realizes their loved ones are gone? A highly secretive AI company called VoxSynth has developed technology that can replicate someone's voice, mannerisms, and even personality with chilling accuracy. They aren't just making voice assistants or deep fakes. This company is abducting real people, using them as templates to create AI versions of them that seamlessly take over their lives, leaving family, friends, and colleagues completely unaware. VoxSynth targets individuals who live alone, who have minimal social connections or travel often, people whose disappearance could be quietly covered up. Once someone is taken, the company's AI engineers create an AI clone that replicates the person's voice and personality so well that it can hold phone conversations and send texts to family and friends without raising suspicion. The AI persona tells everyone that they're simply relocating for a new job or traveling somewhere remote, and ensuring no one questions.
I think all our society is run by insane people for insane objectives. And I think that's what I sussed when I was 16 and 12, way down the line. Because I think we're being run by maniacs for maniacal ends, you know.
Correct. What do you think?
I think no one made a bigger impact, and I know this personally from my grandfather announcing his death. John Lennon, imagine all the people.
My model of business is the Beatles. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, he was a huge Beatles fan. He named his company Apple, the same name the Beatles gave theirs.
Our own anyway now.
You never can be anything else
We
but
are
the
the Beatles, that's what we are. We're also Apple as well, see. They're like Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Brown.
But who are dissatisfied because the current state didn't live up to their ideals. Without death, there would be very little progress.
If you thought that movie Get Out was simply entertainment or fiction, you would be very wrong. It was a look at MK Ultra, how they do the mind control and shatter and fracture the mind, as well as showing a way that these people can pick and choose where they want to download or upload their consciousness into, what type of meat suit they want to inhabit next. All in all, it's nothing but fallen entities. That's what celebrities are. They are fallen entities. They even call themselves stars, okay? And they inhabit meat suits. These are the fallen gods and goddesses of the old world that are living today, just how Psalm 82 said that they will die like men, okay? Kim Kardashian, for one, is the embodiment of the fallen goddess Inanna.
Leaves are basically human bodies we grow in our lab. They're organically real. Bones, tissue, organs, everything. These are the best bodies you'll ever have. Period. Nothing can hurt these bodies, but they are human. So if something were to happen to them, you can always change them out for a new one. That's why it says immortality becomes non-existent. Because you can be 50 in one body and change to the next body. You're as young as you feel. You come this way, David's going to show you some 2018 models that you can choose from.
You can choose which sleeve you desire. Now you can either have the sleeve that you have right now, or you have a selection of wonderful sleeves that we have made. So I can say fully genuine and organic to you. Now if you'd like to be taller, shorter, skinnier, if you'd like to have better vision, maybe strengthen your body, you have the choice to choose a man or a woman's sleeve. Now, if your sleeve becomes damaged or too old for your liking, simply remove from the cortical stack your DHF4 consciousness to another, newer sleeve.
Yes, this will get a lot crazier in 1 second. But first, what in the world are we seeing right here? I like how in 2025, and even a few past years, everything is blatantly in the open for all to see. By the way, this video is entertainment for satire, but right in our face. And we don't think they're using the technology to do something not related to this. And this part's even worse, and I'll tell you why, but in this country right here, they have literal robots, powered by AI, literally building cars without fault, without error. So let me ask you this, if they can build cars, what else can they do? Everything. Do you really believe that your job is going to be secured in 10 years when they're selling robots just like this for what, 10 grand? Say you get paid 60 grand. They could replace you with 6 of you that would never make an error. And you would not be able to find work. You would own nothing. And you would also be happy watching things like this on your TV. Everybody you know will be affected. You better find some kind of work or job or side job where you work for yourself and they can't do it better than you. In 2025, nothing is real.
People think celebrities are just entertainers. They don't realize they're watching rituals. They don't realize they're watching possession, and they definitely don't realize how far back this goes or how deep. The This isn't new. This began in Kemet, ancient Egypt, where the gods weren't worshipped from a distance, they were embodied. The pharaoh didn't just speak to Ra, he was Ra in flesh. Isis, Set, Horus, Thoth, each had temples, priesthoods, and living avatars. When a ritual was done, it was done to invite the god into the body through song, through movement, through trance, and the people would gather, sing, and offer, feeding the god through the vessel. Now, the temples are gone, but the structure, still here. The arena is the temple, the stage is the altar, the celebrity is the vessel, and the crowd is the worship. Beyonce channels Oshun, Doja Cat mirrors Lilith, Kali, and Sekhmet. Nicki Minaj doesn't perform Roman, she hosts him. Gaga dresses as Baphomet, Rihanna at the Super Bowl in red is the Scarlet Isis, Kanye calling himself Yeezus. It's not ego, it's God-form invocation. But to understand why this works, you have to understand the mind. There was a time when humans didn't think like we do. Before the self, as we know it existed, the mind was bicameral, split. One side gave commands and the other heard voices as gods. This is not a metaphor, this is neurological structure. People didn't make decisions, they heard commands, and those commands were divine. That part of the brain still exists. The ancient part that hears, sees, and feels meaning in symbols. It's why people cry when Beyonce walks into the water, why people obsess over red stages, winged costumes, and masked dancers, why they feel something holy even if they can't explain it. Because the bicameral mind broke, but the need for the gods didn't. So now the divine is projected outward onto celebrities, brands, music, and screens. Here's where it gets weird. When these stars channel gods, they don't always close the ritual. They invoke archetypes too massive to contain, and over time, the vessel fractures. That's when you see it. The glitching, the rage, the crying, the lost time, the multiple personas, the alter egos that can't be controlled, the mental breakdowns that never get explained. It's not just trauma, it's overload. The psyche collapsing under the weight of hosting something too divine, too chaotic, or too ancient without grounding. In Egypt, only the initiated could embody the gods. They trained, they purified, they closed the portal. Now, anyone with a label and a budget gets turned into a god with no protection, no ritual, closure, and no memory of who they were before. The body becomes the offering. The mind becomes the altar. And when it collapses, the public watches, still looping the song, still praising the icon, and still feeding the spirit that broke the vessel. And that's the part no one talks about. This isn't just fame. It's modern sacrifice. The gods didn't die, they migrated into culture. And the price of invoking them without memory is the fragmentation of the soul.
It's here. Let's get it. Peace out.
Cloning on this earth.
Everybody who has technology, anybody who has a lot of money.
How?
Most people who have $1 billion plus.
Why they are cloning?
Because exactly like a human being, and you can use them.
Which way?
Any way you want, sexually, as an assassin, as anything you want. Not feels, but thinks, act identically to the person.
The consciousness, is it transferred into it?
Yes.
Did you meet a clone?
I don't know. I know that many people have seen many of mine. It's the same in every way, but a programmable version of it.
You were lied to. We were completely lied to.
Imagine anyone remembers
Right in front of our face.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sandra Bullock.
And I'm Joe Torres. We begin with the breaking news about Hillary Clinton's death.
This video shows Clinton leaving early, and as she tries stepping into her van, she wobbles and slumps. Secret Service agents and aides quickly grab her and hold her up. Two law enforcement sources telling CNN she appeared to faint. Then, Clinton taken to her daughter Chelsea's apartment, 3 miles away. More than an hour later, Clinton emerged, smiling. Even taking a picture with a young girl before climbing into her motorcade and heading home. Her campaign says she was even playing with her 2 grandkids inside. Yet hours later, her doctor revealed the 68-year-old was diagnosed with pneumonia 2 days earlier.
Get some water.
After an evaluation for her prolonged cough.
In preparation for this interview, I watched a lot of your interviews, and I noticed you never sweat, like physically.
You guys are the first to realize that I'm really not even a human being. I was constructed in a garage in Palo Alto a very long time ago. People think that, Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, they created...
They don't even know.
Oh, no. I mean, a man whose name shall remain nameless created me in his garage.
Let's open the house.
This man, you're about to see him, highlighted on your screen, momentarily on the far left of your screen. He's in the background, on the left-hand side of your screen. He is called the Mystery Man. He's the mystery handler, actually. We don't dabble in conspiracy theories on this program, but we ask this question. Who is he? Hold on a sec. If he's actually a member of the Secret Service detail guarding Hillary Clinton, why is he touching her? Because he did. He came up on the set, on the stage the other day, put his arm around her, and then said, keep talking. Surely that is not the... Look, he's doing it. Keep talking, keep talking. Touching her. That's not what the Secret Service is supposed to do, is it?
Elfin is not going to do phony makeovers to please others. So knowing you don't want to engage in phony makeovers, give us 3 words that is the real Hillary Clinton. Just 3.
Just 3. I can't possibly do that. I mean, look, I am a real person.
This is scary. Now.
So now with news of the Poopy Pope's death in Rome, it leads me to wonder, did he die previous to this? Has he been dead for a while? Or is he still alive somewhere? Is he a clone? Has he been a clone? I don't say these things to be funny. I don't say these things to stir up controversy. But when he was ill for those 35 or 38 days, I didn't think he was going to make it out of the hospital. But for the sake of their rituals, they have to always play by their rituals. And one that people don't know, that's not that commonly known, is that on April 21st, when he passed away, that was actually the anniversary, the celebration of the founding of Rome, with Romulus and Remus sucking on the tit of La Lupetta, the wolf. So yeah, there's that aspect to it as well. So with what we just watched about cloning and the fact that the media had come out and said Hillary Clinton had passed away, and then she went to her daughter's house, and an hour later came out unscathed, but with a different face, different teeth, different ears. This is an actual picture of the Pope in his casket. This does not look like the man, okay? Now, I know sometimes with the embalming process and whatever, dead bodies don't always look like the person. But within the amount of time that the man died, he shouldn't look like a plastic figurine of somebody else. All right, I leave it in your guys' hands. Please have your own relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ of Nazareth, because all the stuff that the devil is doing, it doesn't matter, okay? He's a defeated foe. He's set to go into a lake of fire, and we are going to reign on a new heaven and a new earth with the Lord. Amen.